Second Chronicles 20, or sorry, not 26. I said that last time. It was 23. It's not 23. It was 33. But this is 36. This is the last chapter before the second writings. I don't like calling it a new covenant because people like to think that, oh, because it's a new covenant, the old one's been taken away, even though it doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible. So I prefer new writings is the way I like to put it. Or second writings, second writings. They have it down as also called Netzarim writings, Netzarim writings, Messianic writings. That's another good one, Messianic writings. New Testament, Old Testament, makes me think New Covenant, Old Covenant, and Habrit, Hadasha, HA capital BRIT, and then HA capital H with a dot ADASHA. In other words, the second writings, Messianic writings. Anyways, Second Chronicles 36. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only, and he's an extremely jealous El. He's so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips, and the letter J is about, jumping ahead here, Yah is short for Yahweh, YahWeh, Yod-He, Vav-He. There's no difference. It's like saying Daniel with an E. What is the difference and does matters when people say that Phil, Bob, Sam, and Aaron are the same name, because no, they're not. No one in their right mind would ever believe that. Only a fool would believe that a hammer could force its creator to do anything. There was no letter J in the Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic text because the letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. And a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua, and I strongly believe that the son of Elohim's name, Yehoshua, means Yahweh is salvation. Last chapter. Awesome. 36. And the people of the land took Yehoahaz, YEHO apostrophe AH with a dot AZ, son of Yoshea, and set him up to reign in his father's place in Jerusalem. Yehoahaz was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 new moons in Jerusalem. Well, I almost want to say he did bad, because he only lasted 3 months in Jerusalem, but we're going to keep reading, not going to just assume. Assuming makes a butthole out of you and me. And the sovereign of Mitzrayim turned him aside in Jerusalem and imposed on the land a levy of 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. And the sovereign of Mitzrayim made his brother Eliakim, Elyaqim, sovereign over Yehuda and Jerusalem, and changed his name to Jehoiakim, Yehoyaqim, and Necho took Jehoahaz his brother and brought him to Mitzrayim, and Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. 11 years obviously did evil, but wait, let's not assume. Next sentence. And he did evil in the eyes of Yahweh his Elohim. Wow, how did I not know that? Or how did I know that? It's only 11 years. Oh my goodness. I don't have any goodness, but you know what I'm saying. Nebuchadnezzar, NEB with a line underneath of it, UK with a line underneath of it, AD with a line underneath of it, NETSTSAR, sovereign of Babel, came up against him and bound him in bronze shackles to take him away to Babel. And Nebuchadnezzar brought some of the utensils from the house of Yahweh to Babel and put them in his hekel at Babel. It's a lower H. E with a half a check mark, K with a line underneath of it, AL at Babel. I just want to point out that Nebuchadnezzar was a Yahweh put him in the place to exile the people of Israel, and to fight against him is to surely lose. And that they will stay in exile under their rule until Yahweh's return. And the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim, the abominations which he did, and what was found against him, see, they are written in the book of the sovereigns of Israel and Yehuda, Then Yehoiakim, Yehhoyak with a line underneath of it, In, his son, reigned in his place. Yehoiakim was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 new moons and 10 days. Oh my goodness. And he did evil in the eyes of YahWeh, of course, because he only lasted 3 months and 3 days. I feel like I would last longer, but I feel like that's just pride talking. I try not to be prideful. But saying I would last longer than them kind of feels prideful to me. But I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say anything else, you know. He did evil in the eyes of YahWeh, and at the turn of the year, sovereign Nebuchadnezzar sent and brought him to Babel with the valuable utensils from the house of YahWeh, and made Sidquiah, TSID with a line underneath of it, QIYAHU, Jehoiakim's brother, sovereign over Yehuda and Jerusalem. Sidquiah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. Of course, another short term. I mean, 10 years is not a short term. If, like, for us humans, like, 10 years is a long time. But when it comes to being a real leader and prospering, 11 years is nothing. 11 years in Jerusalem, and he did evil in the eyes of YahWeh his Elohim. He did not humble himself before Jeremiah the prophet, who spoke from the mouth of YahWeh, and he also rebelled against sovereign Nebuchadnezzar, who had made him swear by YahWeh, but he stiffened his neck and hardened his heart against turning to YahWeh Elohim of Israel. Also, all the heads of the priests and the people trespassed more and more according to all the abominations of the nations, and they defiled the house of YahWeh, which he had set apart in Jerusalem. And YahWeh Elohim of their fathers sent them up by his messengers, rising up early and sending them, for he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place, but they were mocking the messengers of Elohim and despising his words and scoffing at his prophets, until the wrath of YahWeh arose against his people, until there was no healing. Therefore he brought against them the sovereign of the Kasdim, Kasdim, and he killed their young men with the sword in the house of their set-apart place, and had no compassion on young man or maiden, on the aged or the weak. He gave all into his hand. And all the utensils from the house of Elohim, great and small, and the treasuries of the house of Elohim, and the treasuries of the sovereign and of his leaders, all these he brought to Babel, and they burned the house of Elohim, and broke down the wall of Jerusalem, and burned all its palaces with fire, and destroyed all its valuable utensils. And those who escaped from the sword he exiled to Babel, where they became servants to him and his sons until the reign of Persia, Persia, in order to fill the word of YahWeh by the mouth of Jeremiah, until the land had enjoyed her Sabbaths. As long as she lay waste, she kept Sabbath, until 70 years were completed. And in the first year of Koresh, Koresh, sovereign of Persia, in order to accomplish the word of YahWeh by the mouth of Jeremiah, YahWeh stirred up the spirit of Koresh, sovereign of Persia, so that he called out in all his reign, and also put it in writing, saying, Thus said Koresh, sovereign of Persia, YahWeh Elohim of the heavens has given me all the reins of the earth, and he has commanded me to build him a house in Jerusalem, which is in Yehuda. Whoever is among you of all his people, YahWeh his Elohim be with him, and let him go up. Amen.